All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I'm in the middle of going through the EmployeeController.cs file, and I wanted to show you something, I think at least. I call this editing an existing employee VM. So I'm going to copy that, and where I had my error, which was here, I'm going to replace that with this. And lo and behold, it looks like that error is gone. Now, I'm still getting some errors in here. I'm getting one here. It says VM is not null there. Well, again, I haven't written this yet, so let's see if that clears itself out. Oh, we got the thing with the value again. And I think, yep, in this one I'm going to have to add the, just like I did before, add the question marks in here. So there's hours worked and hourly rate. The piece is made, price per piece, sales amount, commission percentage, and finally salary. Let's do a file save all, and let's see if that got rid of those errors that we had in here. And now I'm down to this one error here that says VM is not null here. I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right. Nullable type, value type, maybe not. Yeah, okay. All right. What we've got next then is our delete. All right, so let's start with that. And we wanted the delete to basically give us a confirmation page showing the employee's detail before we commit the delete, because this is a standard are you sure type of thing that you typically put in. So public action result delete, and as always we'll need an int with the ID in there. Okay. And as we have been doing, var employees equals underscore service dot get all employees. Okay. Var emp equals employees dot first or default. Okay, and again we'll have to check if it's null. This is kind of the thing we've been doing, for quite a while now. So if we get down to here, we want to pass the full employee thing to the view so it can display the identifying information. All right, for confirmation. So we want to return here view emp, not amp, but emp. Okay, that's the first part. Now we want to do the post. Now with the post, this is going to map the route to delete. It'll perform the actual deletion after the user confirms. We're using a separate post action here to prevent accidental deletion via get requests. So I'll put a couple things in here. First, HTTP post, action name, delete. That keeps the URL. So we'll be able to set it up as employee/delete/ and then the ID number. Next, we've got this validate anti-forgery token. So again, this is some security stuff we're doing. All right. And then we want our public action result. We'll call it delete confirmed. All right. Oops. All right, if we get in here, we're just going to do an underscore service dot delete with ID. And as we did previously, we're going to grab these two lines here. All right, and we're going to say, we don't need this, we'll just say something like employee deleted, like that. All right, okay. Now, the next thing to do is to finally do that validate type specific fields. I think that's what we had down here, right? Yes. So it's time to write this down. So this is going to check for errors in fields that are required by the selected employee type but might have been left blank. All right. So go ahead and write that. It's not a short one. We've got this to do, and then we'll validate type specific fields edit, which will be a similar type of thing, but again, it'll be when we're editing. All right. And when we did the edit, this will have to be edit. There we go. All right, so let's write these two right now. Okay. So do the first one first. That would make sense. Do a switch on VM.employee type. Well, actually, it was okay the way it was. Let's move this down. There we go. All right, so let's do a switch on the employee type. And of course, we've got 3 of them. So case hourly. this. Let's put this on a new line. Okay. And we have to do the same thing with hourly rate. So let's copy this. Okay, and of course after that we'll need a break. Then we've got our case piece worker. Let's just add here, we'll add a break. Case commission and a break. Case salaried and a break. Just leave it there for now. Now I'm going to copy these. It's kind of silly to do it this way maybe, but that's how I'm going to do it. All right, we'll change these. That's got to be pieces made. All right, and let's copy over here. And this will be sales amount. And commission percentage. And let's just copy one of these for our salary. Now let's check salary, 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 commission percentage, commission percentage, commission percentage, sales amount, sales amount, sales amount, price per piece, price per piece, price per piece, pieces made, pieces made, pieces made, hourly rate, hourly rate, hourly rate, hours worked, hours worked, hours worked. Looks like we've got everything, as far as I can tell. We don't need a default in here because if the employee type is either null or unrecognized, since we put a required annotation on our view model property, it'll already produce an error. All right, and we're going to need the conditional validation as well for the validate type specific edit. Now remember, edit does carry an ID. The validation rules are identical as far as I remember. Looking in here real quick. So I think we can just copy that in. Okay. So I think the only thing that we've got left in here, now I'm probably up in time already. Well, it's not too bad. It's 1650. So I've got this map to edit view model. All right. I think we can write that. That's not real long. But it looks like I'm missing a curly brace here. There we go. There we go. All right. We're going to make this private and static, so we're sure there's only one of these. Let's get rid of this return that's in here right now. So we want to first initialize with the fields that every employee subtype shares. So we're going to say here var VM equals new edit employee VM. And I'm going to say ID is equal to emp.id. That's not all of it though. First name is equal to emp.firstname. Need a comma there. And last name is equal to emp.lastname. Okay, don't have to line these up, but we might as well. There we go. Now we have to populate the specific fields and set the employee type so the view can show the correct form section and display any read-only, labels that are associated here. So again, we'll do a switch on emp. Okay, and again, I'm going to kind of try to make it a little easier on myself. So case piece worker employee P, we'll just put a break in there. Case commission employee, C, and a break, case salaried employee with an S. All right. Now let's do some copying here and put those in. So the employee type here is going to be piece worker. And of course, since this was P, these would have to be P as well. P, oops, P. Okay, let's straighten these out a little. Okay. This is going to be commission. Okay. Okay, we've got all that done. And finally, we'll need a return in here. All right. I believe right now I've got one error still in here. Maybe not, it's not showing me any errors there. So let's do a file save all here. All right. And now I believe what is left for me to do is to go in and add some views. Remember the views, we've got view models here, but these, close models, close controllers now. Let's do a file save all here. Let's close our create employee and our controller. All right. So we've done our controllers, we've got our data done, our models done, our services done, our view models are done. We have not done the views yet. All right, so I'm going to have to add several views in here. So that's what we'll be doing next. I'll be back with that shortly. Thanks.